Greatest podcast in America. John Reed, Cody McClure. Cody McClure is in a car. Where are you at in that car, Cody?
Hello, John. Good to see you again. I feel like it's been so long. I am in a car right beside my dad's office building, right by the router, by the window. So I think we're going to be okay. Is everything sounding clear so far?
Yeah, so far so good. So you
Okay.
are your dad decided he doesn't want you doing content in his warehouse or his office anymore, excuse me. So he locked you out because you are a little blurry, and the upload is at 76% versus the 99% it was inside. So it is going to be a pain in my ass on this Friday evening, but it's better than when you were at your house.
Well, no, I think that the upload's going to be fine. I'll get back up next to the building whenever we get done with this, and I can get my phone back up there. I don't think you're going to have any trouble on this upload. No, I mean
You're just gonna sit outside with your phone next to the wall.
yeah, it'll be quick. Don't worry about the upload. The upload's going to be fine this time. Um, he's fine with me doing my podcast here, but he left early today, and I called him too late. And so it was like 2 o'clock by the time I called him because I haven't known exactly when we were going to record again. And I've been cleaning dentist's office and I've been mowing yards and I've had a lot of stuff going on. And so I've just been trying to work through my schedule, and so I didn't want to put it off again until the morning. So I just thought I'd come over here and sit beside the building.
A real blue collar worker.
I've had some odd jobs, trying to piece together a little cash, before I get ready to head east.
Do
So
you enjoy that work more or less than just like driving? I mean, I know that the Uber market wouldn't be big where you're at now, so I understand why you're not doing that. But do you like that type of work better, or do you yearn for the
no,
days of just being able to drive and not do any work?
no, I don't like that work at all. It's there's a lot that goes into making sure a dentist's office gets nice and clean. You gotta.
Now, yeah, tell me more about cleaning this dentist office. What does that entail?
Well, my mom has been cleaning this. This guy's a family friend of ours. He's a dentist here in town, and we've known the guy. Now, I don't want to out him. I don't want to put any of his business out there, but I got to say this because I've always found it hilarious. The guy is a big time dipper. I may have told you this before, but he uses smokeless tobacco like Copenhagen, Skull, like I used to do. And the guy's a dentist. I mean, what's the deal with that? I mean,
I guess he's got the best care possible.
maybe the biggest one of the biggest hypocrite moves is using smokeless tobacco as a dentist. I mean,
Now,
that's
how do his teeth look?
well, I don't know. I haven't seen him in a long time, but
Like, do you think the
anyway,
patients can tell, or does he just wear a mask? Because, like, if I had a dentist with rotting teeth, I think I'd go to a different dentist.
well, again, I'm not saying his teeth are rotting, but part of the cleaning process is picking up his spit cups, so I know he's still doing it, but he's been doing it for years. And anyway, he's like a family friend. He's kind of like family because he's the other grandparent to my stepdad's granddaughter. The specifics are not important, but he's employed my mom. She's been doing this cleaning on the side for him for many years. And so while I'm doing the cleaning of the dentist office.
Now, how long does this take you?
A couple of hours, twice a week,
You get paid by the hour or by the job?
by the job.
How much you getting paid?
It's $80 per job.
How many dental offices does he have?
Just the one.
Oh, okay, so you clean it twice a week, so
Yeah.
$160 a week,
Yeah, just a little money, a little.
little gas money.
Yeah, so that I'm not blowing through everything I have, while I'm here.
Sure.
Gives me a little
Yeah.
something
Break
to do.
even at least. Pay for your McDonald's breakfast and your
Yeah,
rolling.
right.
Pay for your Rolling Stones trips.
That's right. Since the last time we spoke, I've been to Chicago.
How was that?
Well, it was a good time. It's a good town, great American city, Chicago. You know, it was the second city. Many people call it the second city because it's really the only city to rival New York in terms of like being old and having
That's
like
that's
architecture and big buildings.
that's not why they call it the second city.
What do you mean?
That's not why they call it the second city.
Well, it was kind of like it was basically America's second city. It was the second city
No,
to New York.
that's not why they call it the second
Why do
city.
you think they call it the second city?
I know they call it the second city because the first one burned down in the Great Fire and they rebuilt it.
You think that's why they call it the second city?
I know that's why they call it the second city.
I don't think so. I think it's
Yeah,
because
no,
I think it's
it's because the first one burned down.
now. You read that in that book, didn't you? Is that what
I
they said
read
in the
it.
book?
I think I read it in that book, and also Vince Vaughn says it at the end of the breakup because he's a tour guide, guy giving tours to people in Chicago, and he's on the boat, and he says that verbatim that this is the second city, and a lot of people take that as an insult, but no, it's because it was rebuilt after the fire and blah blah blah.
You're saying because of the Great Chicago Fire of 1904 or whenever that was, that they rebuilt the city and they call it the second city because the first one burned down.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm
Now,
telling you.
now I feel like this is one of those things where you're just fucking with me, and that you're trying to convince me to believe it, and so I've got to be skeptical on whether or not I'm going to believe this, because I've always thought that they call it the second city because it kind of rivals New York. It was like the second established like arts and culture and all that like
No,
to New York in America.
nope, and the fire was 1871.
Yeah, well, whenever,
1871.
whenever that was.
Just wrong century, but you were close. You were in the ballpark. But yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
Okay, well, I guess we'll let that stand then. Anyway, I could see the Sears Tower out of my hotel room, out of the window. That was pretty cool, which they don't call it the Sears Tower anymore. I
Uh,
understand Sears is
yeah,
bankrupt, but
yeah. I was gonna say I believe that's the Willis Tower now.
yeah, but it'll always be the Sears Tower to me. You know, it's kind of like Staples Center in LA. I mean, it's nobody's ever going to call that the crypto arena. It's a Staples Center.
Did you go see the Bean?
No, I've never seen the Bean. I've been to Chicago 3 times and never had any desire to see that stupid fucking Bean.
Did any women show you her Bean?
Uh, no, but I did. We did meet a couple of girls at the bar after the Sunday after the show, the
Oh
Stone Show
God,
Sunday.
I hope you didn't spend all your money buying them drinks.
Now, what do you think I am, some kind of schmuck? Uh, I,
Yes,
I,
yes, I
hey,
do.
why don't you
That's
go?
precisely
Well,
what I think about you.
well, why don't you take that attitude and go take that to another Holocaust memorial? All right, you're not welcome at this one. Anyway, I met a black girl and a Latina girl. So here you go, black girl and Latina girl walk into a bar, and there's me and my friend Brandon, and we started talking to them, just hanging out, and the black girl was really into me. She was really kind of being dirty with me. Um, she's putting her arms around me and like kissing up to me and getting real close and showing me like her nudes and stuff.
Did you make out with
And
her?
no,
Now,
she
last
she
time I was at the bar with you, you were making out with a girl.
well, I'll do that if they're in college. But now this girl, she was a different kind of girl. She was a little, how do I say this, rough. And anyway, she was kind of sexy, but also like the kind of girl that would maybe try to rob you.
Ballpark of
Um,
age.
uh, 20, 26, 26, maybe.
I'm glad you listened last time I tried to warn you about these girls that would rob you in their hotel room. So I'm glad you
Well,
kept that in the back of your mind this time at least.
well, this girl had mentioned to me that her brother had been shot the day before. And I said, what? My goodness, that sounds terrible. She said, yeah, he got shot in the arm. He's a gangbanger. And I was like, oh, well, how about that? Chicago stereotypes, South Side, dangerous place. And I asked her that. I was like, does he live on the South Side? And she's like, no, actually, we live on the North Side. I said, "Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't fit the stereotype at all." Then
I thought she was going to say, actually, he lives in Iowa.
Iowa? No, not Iowa. Ugh. But
Somebody
anyway,
walking by.
yeah, undesirables.
You, you
Um,
seem you seem distracted.
yeah, these people make me nervous. Anyway, so the girl was like, she was all up on me and shit. But when she told me the thing about her brother, I couldn't really go any further than that. And even though I was really drunk, something inside me was like, you need to quit talking to this girl. And so my friend Brandon was talking to the Latina girl, and I was actually a little more interested in the Latina girl anyway. But they went outside and they were doing something outside. And so, one thing led to another. The bar closed. Black girl told me she's going across the street to Subway. I said, yeah, I'll meet you over there. And then I went to pay for my bar tab. Card got declined, and me and Brandon walked back to the hotel. So I never saw her again. I didn't I didn't pursue it. I don't know what would have happened, but probably nothing good, because it was after midnight.
I think after midnight's okay. It's after 2 a.m. that you get in trouble.
Well, it was also after 2 a.m.
Okay, well then yeah, probably nothing good.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know why I keep saying anyway. I guess that's my transition word.
Yeah, we're only 11 minutes into the podcast. You already seem bored.
No, I'm not bored. I'm trying to figure out where I can prop this phone up with it where it won't stay anywhere. I just got to hold it. I'll hold it.
So
So what did,
what'd you do about your card being declined?
oh, it worked the next day. It had money on it. It just got declined. I don't know why it got declined. You ever had
How'd
that
you
happen?
no, how'd you pay your tab?
Pay my tab.
Yeah, you said you tried to pay the tab and the card got declined.
Well, yeah, I couldn't pay it because the card was declined.
So you just took your card back and just walked out?
I did. Yep. I mean, what else could be done?
I didn't know if Brandon had to cover it.
No, he left.
Okay.
No, he did cover it actually.
The what you need to do in these cities, you need to get you a prepaid card with about $30 on it, and then just use that as your tab, and then just leave. That's it. That's all you gotta do.
Well, then it would get declined too at $30.
No, that's not. That's not usually how it works. Usually, it just puts a dollar hold on it, and
Oh yeah, the
then you just
authorization.
yeah, then you just wait, and usually they don't run it to the very end when you try to close out. And
Yeah, but then
sometimes the hold is $25. So if you want to be, I mean, you could only put $5 on it if you wanted, but I would recommend at least 30, and then just drink 80 to 90 to $100 worth, and then you've gotten out of there for only $30.
when they try to run it, won't I have?
Well, why would you close out? Just leave.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, there you go. So get like a $25 prepaid card, and go in there and charge up like $150 and just walk out on it.
Buy shots for everybody.
Oh shit! I never thought about that, but that's that's a brilliant idea, buddy. I got to give it to you. Dave Ramsey didn't think of this shit.
Now
That's good.
you can't really do it in a city that you are a local in or a bar you frequent.
Now, I tell you
But in a
something.
place like Chicago, they'd never know. They'd never see you again.
No,
You
I
just,
never.
ironically, you just hit them with the old Irish goodbye, and they would have no clue what happened to them.
I'd never be back at Mickey's Pub in Wrigleyville ever again.
There you go. And you've ran a caper. You've bought your friends and your women you're trying to impress drinks all night. They go to swipe the tab at the end. Oops, sorry.
I don't know. I've done enough damage
Tin
in the
roof,
state of
tin
Illinois, I
roof on the
think.
strip. It worked all the time.
Yeah, until
Yeah,
they remember your face.
yeah. You just had to get new people to do it.
Yeah. Well, Chicago was a good time. I saw the Stones again, seventh time, which I assume will be the final time. Um, yeah, I mean it was a wonderful show, wonderful show. Keith's up to 3 songs now. He did Before They Make Me Run.
Oh wow, that's a big one.
Yeah, Yeah, you know that one, don't you? Before
Mm-hmm.
they make me run.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta tie my shoes.
Still didn't get Midnight Rambler like I wanted. Had to listen to fucking Miss You again.
Mm.
As soon as Jagger puts that guitar on, you know it's time to go take a piss.
Yeah,
I drank a lot of beer at the show too.
about $200 worth.
About 120.
That's not that bad. It's only like 6 drinks.
It was four rounds of two at a time, so it'd be eight beers, I guess.
Way to work through that.
Yeah, four times I managed it. Well, they make it easy to drink because at the Stones show you don't have to miss the songs because because we get these rear GA tickets, so we're on the floor, and they've got a bar right behind you at the back of it,
Nice.
and so you don't have to miss any of the action unless you got to go take a piss.
Yeah, Knoxville's good about that. A couple of venues too, especially at like the Civic Coliseum. They usually put bars down the floor.
Now you went to didn't you see a show recently as well?
I don't think.
No,
Did I?
I thought you did. No, Zach Bryan or something.
I mean, like a month ago.
Oh, okay. Oh, my bad.
I went like a month ago. I had tickets for Nissan on Saturday, but I didn't go. Oh, maybe that's what I told you I had tickets, but I sold them instead.
That's what I was referring to.
No,
Well,
no, I sold them instead. I went twice when he was in Knoxville, so I didn't feel like going to Nashville and staying out in the heat. I said, I'm good.
well, you missed the Hawk Tua girl. They brought her up.
How do you feel about that? Are you over her 15 minutes yet?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's ran its course. That ran its course last week.
I saw where she's hosting parties now, where she's like a host at clubs.
Well, she's still hot. I mean, you know, she'll always be hot until she's not. But
Is she hot though? Like,
yeah,
yeah. I mean, she's attractive. I'm not arguing about that. But is she hot enough to like be famous? Because I say no. Do we even know if she's actually good at sucking dick? No. She's got an accent. I'll give her that. But like hell, in Tennessee, everyone's got that accent. I'm sure every waitress at your local Waffle House sounds like that down in Arkansas. So I mean, like to me, she doesn't really bring anything to the table. It was a funny video. I'm not hating on the video. I'm just saying she's hot, but like she's not famous hot.
God, you think there's going to be pressure on her now the next time she goes to give the old the old over the pants the old,
what
the old under the pants I was trying to think of a creative name for blowjob.
I think you're just describing a junior high hand job is what you're describing, the old over the pants. I don't know how.
Not at my school. We went under the pants.
Well, I know. I'm a little confused.
I was trying to think of a good name for a blowjob without saying blowjob.
I got me a good over the pants HJ back in 8th grade.
Over the pants handy.
Yeah, I got me a good one of those in 8th grade.
The old Pamela Henderson. No, this is an old fashioned. I'm talking about an old fashioned, a good old suck job. Now,
I do wonder how she is going to be when she meets new lovers. Like I was wondering about this on her press tour. Like the next time she takes a lover, like she's going to be expected to do some things, and you know, it feels borderline like sexual assault waiting to happen. Is what I feel for this girl. Because I mean, like I didn't realize at the time she's only like 21, right? Like, isn't that like the thing about her? She's pretty young.
Yeah, I mean, probably somewhere in there.
I don't know if she's got any Cadillac pussy word to Hank Williams Jr. and Kid Rock, but you know, she's gonna be expected to perform, and she's setting the bar high for her.
That's a good song.
I know. I went back and was listening to a lot of Kid Rock this week, and I'd forgotten about that song.
What's he say? I got her back to the bus, talked her out of her shorts. Yeah. Well,
I got a report. She had some Cadillac pussy.
Yeah, and then Hank Jr.'s like, pussy. Yeah. Imagine Hank Jr. trying to get you naked. Imagine being like a young girl and you've gone to a Hank Williams Jr. concert and he invited you backstage, the expectation there. And I mean, the guy was a big time country star in the 80s, but now he's like 60. He's probably not doing that now, but let's say 10 years ago he was doing that.
You think he's only 60?
No, I mean, now, Hank's got to be 70 by now,
Okay,
but
yeah, I was gonna guess like 75.
I'm saying he was probably doing that kind of stuff 10 years ago, though. Still
Right
trying to,
at right at 75.
he's 75.
Yeah, good job by me.
But imagine him laying back and unzipping his jeans, and you're just some girl that, you want to have a story to tell, and you're like, God, should I really do this? But
That's
then,
what the Hawk Tua girls of the world had to do 20 years ago.
yeah.
Before you could just go viral in videos, you had to be just a groupie hoping to find some fame that way.
But that girl at some point she's gonna have to give oral sex again if she hasn't already, and I just wonder if there's going to be an unrealistic expectation from the guys. It'd be like if you were a man walking around telling everybody you had an 8-inch hog, and then the first girl you get with sees that you've only got half of that, and she's disappointed. It'd be kind
Yeah,
of
I mean,
like that.
I feel like it's more like saying you have a 10-inch hog or a 12-inch hog.
Yeah, and then it's 4.
I do wonder how this girl's gonna age. And if she's going to ever find her a good man, because I don't think you want to be the guy that wifes up the Hawk Tua girl.
Oh, I'd wife her up today. If she was interested,
Well,
I'd marry her right now.
I mean, sounds like you just gotta travel the bars in Nashville. You could find her. She's hosting an event.
Hosting an event.
She's hosting an event this weekend.
The girl, people are saying she fumbled the bag because she hasn't really capitalized on her 15 minutes.
She's been selling shirts. She's getting paid to host this thing in Nashville. I mean, she's made the podcast rounds. I don't really know how else she could capitalize on it unless she started an OnlyFans or like did Playboy or like was fucking on camera on Pornhub or something. Like that's the only way I think she could really capitalize on this.
OnlyFans, they'd be good.
Yeah, she could have made a killing on there. She could have made a killing on there.
Well, she came out. She said she wasn't going to do it, and I don't understand why she won't do it. Because you don't even have to show puss on there. You can she can wear a bikini, and she could probably make $1 million in a bikini. Like
all she has to do is just like deep throat a banana, just spit on a banana, and there she goes. Her 15 minutes turns into half an hour.
Well, the guy that was in charge of her merch that first round she did. Apparently, somebody had offered that guy like $600 for her spit, for her to just spit in a jar. I saw that.
Yeah, that would creep me out though if I was her.
$600. That's too much to offer for that. I think maybe 60.
I don't know. It's just one of those things that you don't want to deprave yourself to do that. I'd rather show puss on camera than spit in a jar for $600. I mean, if I'm going to degrade myself in that way, like, what'd you do? Oh, I spit in a jar. It just seems disgusting. Like, the person who bought that is probably such a fucking creep. Whereas normal guys like you
let me get the checkbook out.
Yeah, you would have been willing to pay $10 to see her naked on OnlyFans, and there's enough of you around that she could have made more money for something, in my opinion, less degrading. I think posting a naked picture of yourself is less gross than spitting in a jar for somebody.
Are you saying you don't think I would have paid for the jar of spit?
No, you wouldn't have paid for.
You don't think I'd do that?
No, I think you'd pay for like underwear and socks, but I don't think you'd pay for spit.
I'm not into socks. I've never bought dirty socks in my life.
Okay, well, I think you have a line, and I don't think you're buying spit.
You don't think I'd buy her spit in a jar? I don't know. I mean, not for $600 for sure. Maybe 10. Obviously, the market is above my demands. So, yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with her, but good luck to her. You want to have her on the show when I get back? We can have her on the show.
Not really.
You can have her come in the studio.
Unless she wants to be a contestant on The Bachelor.
The Bachelor. Is that what we're going to call it?
That's what a listener on YouTube suggested. It's been so long since we had that episode, I couldn't go back and find it. So sorry for not giving you the proper credit, sir. But yeah, The Bachelor, we can maybe see if she wants to combine, but now she's too famous for you.
You see, I got a haircut.
Was that before or after the concert?
It was on the way to Chicago. I couldn't find anywhere here in town to get a haircut on Friday. Everybody was booked up, and I went to like three different. There's one barber shop here, and it just had a line of cars, and I wasn't going to sit and wait. And so I went by a couple of salons, and the girls told me they were closing down for the day. I was like, well, shit. I even thought about going to PetSmart over to the grooming area, but they were closed. So I just found a guy in Missouri Saturday morning. I was driving up to Chicago, and I just happened to drive by a guy who had his door open.
Was he just on the side of the road somewhere?
He gave me a little fade.
Just working out of his car?
No, I drove through a town. I drove by a town somewhere in Dexter, Missouri, somewhere.
Hey, Franklin, what are you doing?
I think it was that same town they got that rib house up there. You're probably not familiar with the Dexter rib house, but
No, I'm not.
you know how it is trying to find a haircut during the holidays.
Not really. I haven't had to worry about that for a long time.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. Well, we're getting into that football off season. What kind of content you have planned on the radio these days?
I'm just going to on the radio. I don't know yet, but I'm just going to post every day next week. Popular videos. Just really run through the past, show off, Juwan Jennings burning Jalen Tabor, saying Juwan's different, showing Jalen Hyatt against Alabama, saying he's different.
Remember Eric Berry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just had to be there. He was different. I'm going to post the Georgia Hail Mary. I'm going to post the win in Baton Rouge. I'm going to ask who was a better quarterback between Hendon Hooker and Jarrett Garantano.
Oh, that'll get some replies.
What was your favorite thing and least favorite thing about Butch Jones?
Yeah.
I'm going to really ramp the content up.
Who do you have on your Tennessee football Mount Rushmore? I bet you hadn't thought about that one.
That's a good one. Who's on your Mount Rushmore?
Now, there's a good one.
That is a good one.
What's your favorite?
Yeah, I got a lot of content ready to go next week.
What's your favorite memory of Pat Summitt?
I don't know. I remember in high school really being excited when Candace Parker beat UConn. That got me pretty fired up.
Yeah.
When I was like 8 or 7, I remember watching that with my mom when we won a championship too. I think for the three-peat. That was kind of cool.
Are you ready for my arrival? Let me ask you about that. How's everything coming along there? You got everything ready to go?
Good as far as I know.
Okay, sounds like
good as far as I know. I haven't heard anything to the contrary.
Okay, well,
what's your plan?
Well, my plan loosely was to come over there next week, maybe around Wednesday.
Okay.
But now I need to make sure I got
I'll ride by. I'll ride by tomorrow and just look and check, and my key card should still work to get in there and actually like look around and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll plan on doing that.
Yeah, I need to maybe give the boss man a call.
Yeah, I know he was out of town this week, so I haven't talked to him, but
yeah.
I'm just completely out of the loop. But yeah, I'll ride tomorrow and actually check it out. I noticed you haven't signed up for the NCAA tournament. You need to sign up for that, by the way. We're almost full, and you haven't put your registration in yet.
Well, I mean, I'm in. Like, that's just, I mean, that should be known that I'm in.
You have to go online to buy your spot. But we can't
Don't give me that shit.
No, we can't.
Online.
We can't comp every fucking personality that wants to play, and it's entry fee.
You can comp the number one player.
No, the number one player should actually pay more.
I should at least get an employee discount.
No, because the prize money, it's all going into the prize pool. If we comp everybody that works there,
you're telling me I got to take $40 out of my hard-earned cleaning money and pay admission to the damn.
If you want a chance to win 1,000, yeah. I mean, you're not special. I gotta pay.
Now, what in the cornbread hell is that?
It's entry fee money that goes into the prize pool. That's how it works.
Goes into the prize pool.
The winner gets $1,000.
That math ain't checking out.
Well, we got other expenses and stuff. We're buying food and shirts and everything.
Yeah. $40 times how many participants? 400?
32.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's not as many as I thought. So we're doing 32.
Yeah, and we got like 5 spots, like 8 spots left. So you better sign up if you want to sign up. And that goes for you and the listeners.
I mean, I don't know if I can swing it. That's a lot of money for
I understand.
a video game tournament.
I understand.
I've spent a lot of money here on fresh produce this week.
It comes with lunch and shirts and a welcome pack and everything, but it's fun. You don't have to compete in it if you don't want to.
I do want to.
Well, do you
serious?
want to?
Seriously? I got to pay?
Everyone has to pay. Yes, I have to pay. Everyone has to pay.
You
That's
have
how
to
it works.
pay?
Yeah, and I'm the one fucking
You're
putting.
in charge of the fucking thing.
I know.
Can you not rig it to where you and me are in it?
I'm rigging it to where I'm beating your ass in the first round and sending you home. That's what I'm doing.
Just rig it so that we're in it. I mean, it's not hard to do. Just tell everybody I paid.
That's not fair to everyone else. So
I understand it's unethical, but I gotta. I mean, $40 is a lot of money to me.
How much did you pay for those Rolling Stone tickets, by the way?
180, something like that.
God, woo.
It's worth it. It's worth every penny. You'll never get to see them, and my heart breaks that you'll never get to see them.
I'll be all right. I'm sure there's a concert.
You say that, and
I'm sure there's a concert. I'm sure there's a concert video on YouTube I could put on.
Come on.
If I want to watch 2 80-year-olds grovel around, I still got last week's debate recorded. I'll just put that on.
Well, I'm glad you bring that up because that was on my list of topics. We haven't discussed the debate.
When I was watching that debate, I legit thought Cody's going to watch 2 people this age roll around on stage with tight pants, hunching around, act like they're having sex with girls. That's what I thought watching that for a little bit. I was like, this is who Cody's paying to go see play the guitar and rock out.
Buddy, there's a big difference in watching 80-year-old Mick Jagger versus 80-year-old Joe Biden. It's hard to believe they're the same age, really. I mean, it's really kind of shocking. Biden, he may be on his last leg.
He said today he's running. He said today they're not pushing him out and that he's the candidate and that the voters want him and that's who he's running for, the people that elected him last go around.
He better stay the hell away from Hillary. I know that.
Nah, they're not going to kill him, but he's not going to run.
You don't think he's going to run?
He's not going to run.
He said he's running.
The jig is up as far as I'm concerned. I've been around sports long enough. I'm not the first
been around
person.
Politics my whole life.
No, I mean, I'm not the first person to make this analogy, but it's true. Whenever you get the reports coming out that have been coming out, it's just like when a coach is getting ready to get fired. The leaks start happening from in the building. The reporters who have been protecting him for so long start turning against him. The New York Times starts writing stories about how he asked if he could be, off the clock by 8 o'clock and in bed, how he needs to sleep more. Once that stuff starts coming out from the journalists that used to protect him, that's when the coach is getting ready to get fired, and he's going to get fired. He's not going to make it to November.
So Biden's a lame duck. He's in this scenario, he may be like what's a good for this year analogy? Sam Pittman, maybe.
I mean, sure, but like Sam Pittman's probably too liked in Arkansas to actually write the stories that are out there. But like, sure, like the first time Sam Pittman loses this year, you'll have the stories come out. I mean, it's inevitable. They're not protecting him anymore. And I don't know what they're going to phrase it as. I don't know if they're going to say, hey, his health is giving out. I don't know if they're going to, is it Amendment 25 him? There's too much at stake for the rest of the party. Not just losing the presidential seat, but like I saw that, some of the Democrats in like just the House of Representatives think it's going to fuck them this go around in the election, they'll start losing seats too. So like I think there's too much at stake that there's no coming back for Biden. Like just because I mean like I just don't know how anybody watches him talk and thinks he's going to be alive in 3 years, or like much less running the country in 3 years. I mean, like
some bitch couldn't run a Wendy's drive-through.
You wouldn't trust him to. If you saw him driving, on the road,
imagine how police.
Imagine how mad you would be. Like usually people that age, like they put them on a stool and greet at Walmart, but like you wouldn't trust him to even greet people at Walmart right now. So like. It's just not gonna happen. If it was just like, hey, you get to November and it's over, sure. But like, it's get to November, it's supposed to be 4 more years, and like, I don't see how that tries to get sold. Like, it was too bad in the debate. Like, from the first 5 minutes, it felt like elder abuse. Like, it just felt like this is fucked up that they're even making him do this.
Yeah. President Biden, what is your current stance on the immigration situation, as it was reported that several more illegals have crossed over the border during your administration? The poor fuck.
I mean, he's pitiful. He's pitiful.
Yeah. My grandma at age 80, she was actually working at Walmart. And she wasn't a greeter either. She was stocking shelves until she was 80. And when she turned 80, things kind of took a turn for her. And she's 84 now. And she's a woman. She's in better shape, I think, than Joe Biden. I mean, even at 84, I can't imagine if he were to live for another 4 more years, what he would look like, or what he would even... I mean, it's unimaginable. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work. And like I said, the stories that are being written, the leaks that are coming out of there, I think the biggest problem is that no one really wants Kamala either. So like,
no, she's very unlikable.
Yeah. So I mean, like, if there was a better vice president candidate that could just step in to like run, maybe that's an easier plan. But like, I don't even think you can like, prop him up, let him win the election, and then like step aside, during his term, because no one really wants to vote for him because of if Kamala's attached to him, that's not going to be any better. So I don't
think he can win.
No, I don't think he can win either. No, he can't win.
I mean, America is forced to choose between a literal dementia patient and a convicted felon.
I'm just saying, if you had a badass vice president, at least you could be like, well, I'll vote for him because if he does die or he has to medically resign, at least you got a good president coming that will step up and succeed. But like, nobody feels that way about her. So like, no, it's just it's fucked. It's not good. It's not going to work for the liberals.
People are shooting off fireworks in the yard next to me.
As long as they're not gunshots.
July 4th is over, folks. It's July 5th. Maybe take a fucking memo. Now, as a 100% blue-blooded Democrat and strong liberal yourself, who do you think should be your party's nominee now that it's clear that Biden's not going to be able to do it? Are you a Newsom fan?
I honestly, is Newsom the guy from California that everyone keeps talking about?
Yeah, the California governor. And if you look at the work he's done in the inner cities of California, he's really tackled some of the homelessness issues in California. He's done a very good job. And I think it's clear that...
all I know is that on the list of people I saw was a woman named Gretchen, and I'm sorry, I just don't think that we're going to nominate a woman named Gretchen unless she comes out to Redneck Woman. That's the only chance. That's the only chance she's got.
She was the gal that got kidnapped, or there was a plot to kidnap her or something. The Michigan governor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no clue. I know Gay Pete's been talked about, but like, I don't know. I don't even know what they would try to run out there. Michelle Obama,
Big
Hillary. I don't. I don't know. I think that's part of the problem, though. That's what I'm saying. Like if
Yeah, I
they,
know. Yeah, yeah, they're
if
not going to
they,
win.
yeah, like
I,
if there's nobody they can really run out there. Poor
I mean, I'm
RFK, that poor bastard. Like I mean, like now's the time for any independents with the polls to win, but like no one's even taking him seriously. Like if Bernie tried to run independently, like would he win? I don't even know because it seems like, I mean, that was the takeaway from the debate for me was like it wasn't like Trump was even any good. It was just
no,
he
he
was he
lied
was
the whole time.
he was just less bad. He was just less bad. He just seemed less. He seemed further away from the casket than Joe Biden did, and that was all it took.
Yeah, and that's what we're down to. I mean, that's these are our best options. I mean, this is what we've got. This is America's two very best. You can pick the dementia patient, or you can pick the guy who lies and is a felon. I mean, either way, I think it's clear that our country's in good hands. Both of these men are strong candidates, and will be very exciting to watch for the next 4 years. Um, but I don't know what route you go, really. You know, I don't think the Democrats can win. I've been saying that for months. Not like I'm some kind of Nostradamus or nothing, but I just don't see how they can win. They don't have anybody.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't get it either.
So we
It
better get ready
seems,
for another 4 years of Trump.
I just, I don't know.
I'm no Trumper either. I'm not, a big Trump guy, but I mean, it looks to me like that's what's going to happen. So anyway, politics, fun.
What do you think it does? What do you think it does for the country and for Donald Trump if he does run against this version of Joe Biden and still can't beat him?
He's going to beat him. I mean, all
No,
the polling.
just theoretically, the polling doesn't always matter. The polling had Hillary up, 30 points or whatever, even going into the election. The polling doesn't always matter. Is it just like, hey, it was stolen, it's robbed,
Well,
it's
I mean,
crooked? Like, is that?
I mean, that's what he would say. I mean, that's what he's going to say if he were to lose. But I don't buy into that as much. The reason I never bought into the whole election was stolen thing is just because it would have had to have been too big of an operation to rig. Like people would have to have been in on that down to like the local level. And you knew that he was going to say. Now I don't mean to sound like some big lib here, but you knew that he was going to say that it was stolen. Like you knew that before he ever lost.
My thing
So
with it has always been the liberals just seem like too big of fuck ups to pull off that type of heist. Like we just talked about who their options are this go round. So like it's not like there's some evil geniuses as far as I'm concerned. They seem pretty fucking stupid. So I just can't give them credit for pulling off a national heist that way. But maybe it wasn't that hard when you're in control. I don't know.
it would be nice to be a country that had like the people could actually come together and have like some pride in their president. Like that would be nice. That's a fun idea.
Those days
I,
are never coming back, buddy.
no, I know. Where do you think it? Where do you think it changed? Was it when we elected the black president? Is that when
Yes.
it went too
Yes.
far?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I still remember my Facebook and the way people were arguing and just the posts when I was at MTSU of people arguing and just all of that. Like that was the day it ended.
Yeah. I
That was
mean,
the day it ended.
even Bush kind of brought the country. I mean, people didn't like Bush, like Democrats didn't like him, but he, with the whole 9/11 thing, he kind of brought the country together.
Well, that was 7 years, before the end of his tenure. Maybe another terrorist attack could bring the country together. Maybe that's what we need.
Whoa. Oh, taking it a step
Whoa.
too far there.
Whoa.
That's a step too far. That's a step
I mean,
in the wrong direction.
and just for the record, I mean foreign terrorism, not another like January 6th, domestic terrorism.
Yeah.
That one's for my mother if she's listening. She was telling me about how those were all paid actors.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to believe anymore. I think we're finished as a country, personally, but
I think we're fine. I think Be the same as it always was.
We'll always have a strong military. That's all that really matters. At the end of the day, still can't really fuck with us. Nothing bad happening on our shores.
And that was
Unless you're in
unless
South Padre Island.
yeah, I was gonna say unless you're a fucking swimmer, because I saw some more shark attacks.
Yeah, did you see the still image of the woman's chunk
No,
of her leg bitten out?
no, I did not see the still image. I watched a little bit of the video. I didn't make it all the way to the end, but I saw how much blood was pouring out of her into the water, and I said, okay, that's about enough of that.
Yeah,
I got to be honest. You know this about me though. I'm a pussy, and I turned it
I
off
do know
before it
that.
got. I turned it off before it got to that part. So, like when I turned it off, people were still surrounding her. I was like, I don't want to see this leg. I don't want to see this leg. I'd already
Well,
seen somebody tweet that that's how chickens must feel when they see me bite into their wings and all that. I was like, I got an
yeah.
idea of what it's going to look like.
Oh, that's exactly what it looked like. Like, imagine yourself holding a chicken leg and you bite into the side of the drumstick. That's exactly what it looked like. It
Yeah.
looked like Jeffrey Dahmer had been there with a knife and fork. I mean, it was bad. But yeah, did all the blood in the water, did that make you like queasy?
No, the blood in the water didn't make me queasy. It just made me know that it was going to be really bad and that I didn't want to see the leg.
Yeah, I'm interested in follow up. I've been trying to figure out what happened to the woman. I mean, I assume she's going to live.
Yeah, she's not going to die.
I mean, you could die though, right? If you lost enough blood, like I mean that would kill you, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I guess she could die. I just figured there was enough people around her to get medical help that they're. I mean, she's probably going to lose a leg or whatever. I mean, I assume there's no saving the leg, but I imagine she'll live.
Do you think sharks have any emotions? Like, do you think the shark felt bad about that at all? Like when he was swimming around and saw the mayhem he had caused?
He's just defending his home.
Yeah, I know. I mean, she was on his turf, but like,
I
yeah,
thought we were in, the Sharks probably like, I thought this was Texas. I'm just standing my ground.
Yeah, I thought we had laws on this shit
Yeah.
down here.
Imagine I'll come into your house. You ain't going to take kindly to it. You're going to shoot my ass.
Yeah. I don't think sharks have emotions though. I don't think they're like, cuz some animals do. Like some animals have compassion and like obviously you see it with dogs and mainly
Dolphins,
the furry ones. I don't think sharks have.
pigs.
Yeah. Well, Nirvana, Kurt Cobain once said that it's okay to eat fish because they don't have any feelings. And so I've always assumed that means that any kind of fish doesn't have feelings. But I don't know if that's factual.
I mean, that's what people say about, the people that only eat fish, the pescatarians. I mean, they say it's different. Like, oh, I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat meat. Well, actually, I eat fish. I'm a pescatarian.
He probably didn't care at all what he had done. Did you see the San Francisco Pride Parade?
No, I saw you, the pictures you sent me, though, from it.
That was in Chicago. Thank you very much. And
on the way to San Francisco, it looks like you had some good seats.
There was a video of a guy like sitting in a little tub, and there was a girl peeing on him, and they were full on public nudity, and Newsom's California. I mean, that's what you get. Now, some of the right wing people were upset because there were children nearby at the Pride Parade. They said this was an adult only area. So I don't know if, I guess they had to check IDs to go in that area, but there was literally a guy laying in a pool with a girl peeing on him, living the dream.
Yeah, it seems kind of depraved to be able to do that out in the open.
I mean, kind of, yeah. It used to just be a parade. Do they even have a parade anymore, or is it just all this debauchery going on?
I wonder how many sensible gays there are that are like, I'm so sick of these people.
There's a lot.
They're giving us such a bad name the way they're out here acting. Just go home. We got rights. This used to be a lot worse here. Like we got rights now. It's okay. We can get married.
I would say that's probably the majority of gays. They probably feel that way watching this shit. They're like,
yeah,
Jesus
just
Christ.
like get your ass home. Like you're fucking it up for everybody. You're making it seem like super gross to be gay again.
Yeah, and in Nashville, they damaged the. I don't know if you saw, they vandalized the Rainbow Street. You know that these cities, they paint the rainbow on the street, and then you have like the big rednecks and the jacked up trucks. They like squill their tires on it, and so now they're looking for the people that vandalized the Rainbow Street in Nashville. Where do you stand on Rainbow Streets? Do you are you okay with it, or do you
I know you
choose?
usually like the corner over near the stop sign, and that's the side of the street you like standing on. But I typically just don't have any thoughts about it. I'm not gay. I don't go to them. I don't live in cities. I don't live like in a downtown area. When I did live in a downtown area, I just simply didn't go outside. I didn't march with them. I didn't protest against them. It's pretty much. I don't have any kids, so like I don't have to worry about the kids seeing it. But I just kind of left it alone. I don't care about any of this stuff. Now, like I do think that it's depraved if you're out there pissing on people and you're out in the open. I think that's pretty disgusting. I think you're losing the public image battle there, the PR battle there. Like maybe don't do that.
Yeah,
I don't
build the
care about
wall.
drag shows though. I went to a drag show. I went to a drag show a couple years ago. I was in Key West. It was 21 and up. My mother and sister wanted to go. So me and my brother-in-law were like, fuck, I guess I don't care. I'll go. I was like, I'm not going to, no one's going to fuck me in there. It's fine. I'll just drink some
You don't know
drinks.
that
And
for a fact.
no, I mean, I guess I didn't, but I was like, surely to God, I can whip this big old boy's ass if I have to. Like, if it comes down to
it's
it.
a woman.
No, drag show are men. A drag show is not transgender people. A drag show is a man dressed as a woman. They're men.
Now I've always wondered about that. Is it always that way, or do
As
they
far as I know, I mean, I'm not going to act like I'm an expert on it, but to my knowledge, like RuPaul is still a man. The most famous drag star is still a man. He just is, dresses up like a woman.
And he claims to be a man. I mean, he stands by being a man.
Recently, I saw the cover of his book, and he was as a man on the book, like telling his real life childhood story and everything. So like, I assume he still considers himself a man. I don't know. All I'm saying is they're biological males. They got dicks in drag shows. They're not actual women. Otherwise, it would be like a burlesque or a strip show. But they're men.
And I was like, surely right-wing bigotry here. Maybe tone it down a little.
No, there's no right-wing bigotry. I'm saying what it is.
He's got a dick. He's a man.
No, I'm saying I said biologically. I didn't say anything about gender. There's no arguing about biology. I think even the far left liberals wouldn't argue about biology. You're a man. You're a male or a female. But when you get to gender, that's whenever they say that like it's not so cut and dry. Gender identity is not the same as your biological sex.
Right. Yeah, they say that's a spectrum, is what they say.
No, they say your biological sex is not a spectrum. You're either male or female.
Gender is. They say your gender is a spectrum.
Yeah. So I'm just speaking from a biological standpoint. But either way, I went to a drag show. They didn't try to fuck me, and it was 21 and up, so there weren't no kids there. So, like, I had no issue with it.
And you had a good time.
It was fun. The costumes were cool, and I liked the music. They had good music. I mean, I just sat there and drank and tapped my toes, and no one got naked.
So, you were dancing. You were dancing at the drag show.
I tapped my toes. I didn't stand up and dance. I tapped my toes.
But you were feeling yourself.
I think one of them played "Party in the USA," so I put my hands up when they were playing my song. Yeah, I got no issue with it, and nobody tried to fuck me.
Yeah, well, that's great. Did you feel a little bit bad? Did you hope maybe someone would try?
No, the only time I felt bad is when one of them was like, "Hey, get off your phone," because I was texting during the show. Yeah, and you're not supposed to have your phone out.
Now, see, I've been to some gay bars in my day before. I've been to a handful of gay bars before.
I've heard that about you a lot in Knoxville. Actually, I've had many people tell me they've seen you leaving the gay bar.
Well, I've been to a few. I used to work beside one, so that was that's the main reason I'd go in there. But I did always feel kind of bad if nobody hit on me. I kind of thought, well, maybe I'm just ugly,
I used to love going to Sassy Ann's in Knoxville. I don't know if it was all the way a gay bar, but plenty of gay stuff happened in it. I never got hit on in there, but my best friend Bill, they'd always buy him drinks in there. He never had to pay for anything in there.
I do kind of.
There's a lot of guy on girl action in there too, so it wasn't just gay stuff happening. There was people getting it on in the corner that were male and female with each other.
but I'm just saying, like, it seems kind of nice to feel like maybe what a woman feels like from time to time. You know what I mean? Like
Scared,
every.
scared to put your drink down. I don't. I didn't like feeling that way at all.
Yeah,
Like I don't know if you've
people
ever
are
had. No, I one time
people
had
here are
a.
attracted to me.
No,
Wow,
no. I one time had a man very strongly come on to me, and I did not like it. And I can't imagine that being a woman would be
too
very
big of a
fun.
load.
No, he just kept saying, "Come on, just let me take one bob on your penis; it'll change your life." And I'm like, no, no, thanks. But by but like the sixth or seventh time, I was finally like, "Bro, no, like no means no. Stop it. I don't want to have sex with you. Leave me alone." I was like,
was
I was like, I'm not a bigot. I'm not homophobic. I got no issue. He's like, he came with some friends. It was like in my apartment. We were pre-gaming before we went
oh, his
out.
friends came too. Wow, sounds like a
Well,
party.
his friends were women. His friends were women, and they brought him. And he was from D.C., godless, liberalist, godless, liberal place. Like,
Right.
he came from down there, and like, he was in, and at first, I gotta be honest, it was a little flattering. I was like, haha, thanks, man. But then eventually, I was like, okay, stop. And then I was eventually going to turn to, I'm going to beat your ass if you don't stop. Like, but I would do that if a woman was trying to grab my dick. I'd be like, push her off. Like, stop trying to grab my
Why?
dick. Because sometimes no means no, man. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean you can go around grabbing dicks. I don't want anybody just to come up and grab my dick unless I want them to.
The way I see it, women have a different standard.
That's fine. I still don't want to be grabbed if I'm not attracted to them.
Right.
But he just kept telling me, just come on, bro. One bob on your penis, it'll change your life.
Was he calling it? He was calling it a bob because
Yeah,
that would make me uncomfortable.
He wasn't calling it a penis, but he did keep calling. He just kept saying one bob. Come on, just one bob.
Hmm.
And eventually, I'd tell my friends, like, look, I have no problem with him, but please tell him to stop. This is making me uncomfortable. And the girl I was with at the time was there, and she kept trying to gas him up too. I was like, come on, John, just do it one time. And I was like, please stop, please, no more.
Was he a good sized fellow? Was he a big old boy, or what kind of stature was he?
No, he was very slender.
Because I'm just imagining it being some like big, muscular,
Hey,
burly guy who just could hold
come
you
on.
down, and then you just got to take it.
Well, think about being a woman. Think about being a woman. Almost every guy out there could probably be somebody big enough to hold you down. It would be pretty scary. And
Yeah,
that's why I'm an
it
ally.
would.
That's why I'm an ally to these women.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think it would be cool. I would like to experience what it's like to be in a place where everybody's attracted to you, though, just to see what that's like for a little bit.
You've been in the strip club before. You've been in the whorehouse. They've all been
Doesn't
attracted
count.
to you.
Yeah, they're not really attracted to you, though. They're getting paid to be attracted to you.
Well, sure.
It's a different kind of thing.
Well, I
But
think that's the only way it's going to happen for guys like us, buddy.
I think it'd be cool to just be really hot for a day. You know, I'd
It's
like
like
to live that life for a
it's
day.
like 99 degrees. Just go sit
Just be
outside.
just be very attractive.
You got to be burned up a little bit in that car. I can't imagine you've left the car running this long.
Oh yeah, it's running. I got the
Is it?
AC on. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Don't let it overheat.
did you know that there's in New Jersey that there's a rest stop called the James Gandolfini Service Area?
No. Where's that
I,
at?
I saw that on Twitter. Somewhere in New Jersey.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a real place. I guess it's under construction right now, but it's the James Gandolfini Service Area. If I'm ever in New Jersey again, I plan to stop there. Maybe get some
Okay.
snacks out of the vending machine. Do you stop at
Sure.
rest areas on road trips?
I mean, not for fun. If I have to piss, yeah.
But I mean, you'll stop at a rest area, not always a gas station.
Yeah, I mean, if I have to piss.
I feel like some people are either or.
No, I mean, like, if I need to, if I want a snack, I'll typically go to a gas station. I'll try to find usually a Pilot or a Flying J because I trust their bathrooms. Usually they're easy to get in and out because they're off the interstate. There'll be truck drivers in there and whatnot. Bucky, sure. Especially now, I drive electric cars and they got chargers, so sometimes I'll stop and charge my car for a bit at the Buckies. Typically, they'll have chargers in a lot of the places. And
There was a fire at a Bucky's the other day.
oh, really?
Yeah, one of the ones down, I think down around San Antone. Apparently, there was a big fire at the Bucky's. Somebody
But
quoted it and said, Texas has fallen.
but if I need to just piss, yeah, I'll just hop off the rest area right quick and piss. Get
Yeah.
back on.
What do you think about long COVID? Do you believe that's real?
Yeah, it killed Bray Wyatt.
Long COVID?
Yeah.
I saw a woman was shaving her head the other day. They said she had long COVID. She happened to be a liberal woman, and it made me wonder if long COVID only happens to liberal women.
What do you mean about long COVID? Just like your brain declines a little bit and like you still feel sick, or what is it? I don't even know what it is.
I don't know. I've noticed some people on my side of the Twitter saying it's not real, that it only happens to liberal women.
I mean, I don't know. Bray Wyatt. I mean, like I don't think he died from long COVID, but he died from long-term complications of COVID. It fucked his heart up.
Now, what do you make of this? I mentioned Texas, the Buc-ee's situation at Texas with the burning Buc-ee's. What do you make of this debate going around on the internet right now about the real UT? Have you been participating in that?
No, but I need to next week. I need to really get my engagement up and run some polls. Retweet if you think Tennessee's the real UT. Like if you think it's Texas.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's content right
yeah.
there.
I need to run me some of those.
I think if you're participating in that discourse, maybe you should find a hobby.
Get a girlfriend, get a boyfriend, jack off, do anything else, do literally anything else.
Yeah, go to a World War II memorial or something.
But I wonder how you felt about it because I know that you used to say that no one outside of Tennessee considered Tennessee UT. So like,
I never said that once in my life.
Yeah, you did. People that listen to Talk Sports will remember.
That's you putting words in my
mouth.
mouth.
No, people that listen to Talk Sports will remember.
I never said that.
Motherfucker, when you come back to Knoxville
and
really starting next podcast, I'm going to start writing down your takes. I'm going to start writing down your takes.
Go right ahead. You're going to need a big notebook.
I'm going to start dating them, and I'm going to keep up with them because so many times you say this just asinine, acid 10, acid 11 things, and then you claim you've never said them before. So I'm going to start. I'm going to start. And Talk Sports 3.0, I'm going to keep running tallies. I'm going to do a better job of actually keeping audio because I have an office at the new studio. I'm at work all the time, and I have better software. I have better equipment, and I got more time on my hands. So I'm going to keep a running diary of all this shit that you claim that you never say, and I'm going to come out with all the receipts I need.
Well, here's where you get confused. You get confused because I'll say something, and then you'll think that I said it a certain way, but I actually said it a different way. You don't have any context about it.
We had a full-ass conversation about how nobody calls Tennessee UT. How UT was Texas and how no one outside of Tennessee even thinks of Tennessee as UT.
I know that I would never say that. I
would
never
1,000% fucking
I would never
said
say
it.
that. No, I would never say that. I would never say that UT is Texas. Now, I do remember something along the lines of me saying that, like, people call Tennessee. Like, you don't hear a lot of people referring to Tennessee as much as UT as much. But
you're getting warmer, so you at least acknowledge that you said this dumb shit.
I 100% never said that people say Texas, that people refer to Texas as UT. By the way, I think I found $40 in my shirt pocket.
Well, there you go. There's your tournament entry fee.
Look, $40.
Look at Big God. Just paid you your entry fee.
How do I get it to you?
Just Venmo it to me. Just Venmo it to me.
Well, that doesn't work because it's cash.
Oh, well, surely you got $40 in your bank account.
Here, just sign me up and you know I'm good for it. See? I got 2 Andrew Jacksons right here.
All right, I'm signing you up.
I'll hold this for you.
All right, I'm signing you up.
All right, sign me up. Now, when are we competing?
Next, not this upcoming Saturday, but the Saturday after.
Saturday after next.
Well, I guess. Well, no. The Saturday after next, yes, correct. So not tomorrow and not the Saturday after that. What would it be? The 20th, I believe? The 20th.
Just give me the fucking date.
The 20th.
I know how to work a calendar.
The 20th.
The 20th.
The
And
20th.
it's all happening in one day?
Yeah.
What
Starting
if
at
you
noon.
lose?
Are you familiar with how tournaments work? You're out.
Oh, it's single elimination?
Yeah. Yeah. You think I got time to run a 32 person double elimination tournament?
Well, I don't know. Are you prepared to run it? You're actually do you know what you're
I got,
doing?
no, my friends at Knox Esports, they know how to run tournaments. They're taking care of it.
Your friends.
Yeah.
You really consider them friends? Or are they
No,
just an advertising partner?
they're a partner.
You couldn't call them in a time of need. You couldn't call Knox Esports and say, "Hey, it's John."
You know, I could maybe call the guy that my connection over there. He seems like a nice guy. He's got connections. I think he would. You know, I don't think I could ask him for money. I don't think I'd be like, "Hey, bro, I need to borrow a couple $100 right quick. I got a can't lose parlay on the WNBA. I need you to float me a couple $100." I don't think I could do that. But I think if I was like, "Hey, my car's broken down. I'm like a mile from the office. Will you come?" I
hey,
think
it's
there's like a I think there's like a 55% chance he'd show up.
hey, it's John, and I just saw my co-host walking out of a gay bar. I need some advice.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I think he'd be like, "Oh, well, why you call me about this?" You know, I think that'd be
Yeah.
weird.
So not really a friend at all then.
No, but somebody that would maybe help me out in a time of need.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, come on my face. I saw that our shirts got delivered. The come home Cody shirts. A couple have arrived to our fine listeners who we haven't given a podcast in a week and a half.
Been busy, bro. Been busy.
Yeah,
It's a holiday week.
it
It's a
is.
holiday week. We won a national championship. I mean, what else? Just relax. You're about to get more John and Cody than you know what to do with. So just relax. It's the calm before the storm.
Much like that hurricane that just slammed into Jamaica. I had some friends that were there. You remember my friends, the teacher friends in Nashville that were
I
my
mean,
friends?
I've met them a couple of times, but
They were in the
yeah,
hurricane in Jamaica. Hurricane Burl.
Burl.
Burl. That's the name of the hurricane. You haven't seen it?
Who the fuck named that hurricane?
I guess the National Hurricane Center. I don't know who names hurricanes. That'd be something for us to look into when we get the radio show going again. Who names hurricanes? Because that's something we could really dive into. We don't have
Bur-
enough time to do it on a podcast.
Burl seems like a dumb fucking name for a hurricane.
It might be pronounced barrel. I don't know. It's Beryl.
That's even worse. If barrel's barreling towards you, that's even worse.
Boy,
That's scary.
the newspaper headline writers had a field day with that one, didn't they? Barrel is barreling toward Jamaica. But anyway, they were in Jamaica. They got in the son of a bitch. They were, I mean, right in the smack dab, right in the center of it. Category 4.
Are they alive?
No, no, they were killed. No, I assume they're alive, but I haven't heard from them since it happened. So I don't know.
You need to check on them.
Is it dark over there yet?
Yeah, it is. It's 9:45.
Yeah, starting to get dark here. Says it's still 96 degrees though. Did you believe that?
It's hot, bro.
Sure as shit. So what
All
kind of
right,
activities we got planned when I get back?
we need to talk about it. We need to talk about it offline. Let's figure it out. That's a good place to end the podcast. Find out more about our activities next week whenever we record. Um, I assume we'll try to do Monday night.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we will.
Okay. Well, I'll talk to you Monday night.
Okay, bye.